What's happening? How are y'all doing this morning? Welcome to Green Card Guys TV. Just catching on right now, just joining live on YouTube. Had to reconnect my Facebook and just didn't get it done in time. So here to answer any questions you may have. The main topic today is the delays in many different scenarios for different types of cases, different locations where your case is located at right now. So, for example, if you are have a case at the USCIS agency, and so typically USCIS is the agency where you're applying for a benefit in the United States. In some scenarios for non-immigrant visas like H-1B, L-1, those that would be step number one, and then you get the visa abroad at the U.S. Embassy or consulate. The other location where the case could be stuck, which is a lot of y'all, around 500,000 people, more than 500,000, is at the National Visa Center. And so typically that includes really all types of cases. That includes for fiance visa and also for people who are married, people in a family preference category, for example, children, siblings. Now, here's the main thing. I want to share with you is that you have to take action. A lot of y'all think that I've talked to, that they called into our legal team, talked to our cares team. A lot of people think that there's at least two things that I want to debunk here, debunk the myth. Is a lot of people think that you have no options, but you actually do. Okay. The first thing is that you can file a lawsuit. Yes, you can sue the government. And the government who works for the government agency in this situation is the U.S. Attorney's Office. Okay, there's a U.S. Attorney's Office in each federal court. Okay, they actually want to help, and so that's the thing I want to also debunk is that the main question people ask about lawsuits, mandamus action is what we call it, mandamus lawsuit, is what happens if I sue the government? Will my case be denied? Sure, it actually could be denied, but that's not because of the lawsuit. If your case is denied, most likely the government agency, whichever one is in control, would have denied it anyway. But the fact that most of the cases, about 500,000 people, their case file is stuck in the National Visa Center, that doesn't mean that definitely, sorry, cannot guarantee, but for the most part, it's really stuck there as a processing holding place. Okay, so to kind of explain the different steps or different holding locations of your case file, number one is the petition. Okay, after that's approved, it gets moved over traditionally before the pandemic. But I've seen recently, even I just had a petition approved last week. It just got moved over to National Visa Center within 1 week. And usually it's about 1 month. But and the way you know that is because they email you a welcome letter, essentially a PDF, or maybe not even PDF, but like the actual email. In the body of the email will have a new case number. It's not the same one as your I-130 receipt notice, a new case number, and a new invoice number. And that is so that you can pay the next set of fees with this Department of State. Okay, so that is where most people's cases are stuck. So in that step two, okay, stage two, there is no agency body that's making a decision. Thanks for the $2. Appreciate it, Miss C. Thank you. I don't even know where those dollars go to, but I think it goes somewhere. Thank you so much. I know some YouTube channels, they call it like buy me a cup of coffee. I appreciate it. I'll drink to that. This is coffee right here. Let me know in the comments. Do y'all like coffee? What's your favorite choice of beverage? I know some of you like tea or alcohol or hard liquor, beer. Anyways, let me know where y'all watching from. I am always interested how far the YouTube channel's reached. I'm here in Houston, Texas. Practice law, immigration law in all 50 states, American, helping you across the world, helping you solve immigration problems. And this is the main one right here. There's a whole bunch of immigration problems, from aging out issues, Child Status Protection Act. And don't assume, by the way, sorry, off track a little bit. Don't assume the government is going to do you a favor, that they're going to calculate the CSPA age correctly. We've seen people have called in, we've seen that the government has calculated incorrectly, or they just assume differently, right? Do not assume the government will do it correctly. So you do need to speak with a lawyer, whether it's me, our team, or someone else. It's all good. We're just here to share, point you in the right direction. Okay, that's very important for us. I just spoke with. By the way, we do offer free 15-minute preliminary discussion. You could call it a consultation. So because some of y'all, I know that some of y'all have lawyers already. Some of y'all hesitant to even call a lawyer, and so hopefully the free 15 minutes. There's no obligation. Want to point you in the right direction. Sometimes we're able to send a free guide after the call, kind of give you like the estimated timeline, step by step, so answers to common questions, and yeah, because there's just a lot of info out there, especially blogs. You have no idea if those blogs are created by lawyers or like these other companies, notarios. I have no idea. Just be careful out there. And even for me, you know, you want to do your due diligence, check my website, greencardguys.com. You can go to texasbar.com. My information's there. Make sure whoever you trust or want to trust is a licensed attorney. That's number one. And then number two, not all attorneys are the same, right? So they don't have all the same training, whatnot. I went to law school knowing I wanted to help immigrants, foreign nationals, okay, to live and work in America legally. And, conservatives will say, oh, well, should it be so easy if they're married to a U.S. citizen? Okay, maybe I'm making assumptions how someone would speak who's a conservative, but I think you get the idea. So a lot of people think that, unfortunately, even moderates, okay, in America. I have a lot of friends who are moderates and also a conservative, and I'm here to educate. I'm here to share knowledge, okay, for them and also for us. If you have any questions, I see a lot more comments in the in the section below. Oh, Aurelia, you love iced coffee. Cheers. Missy, you got a question? You're not able to send via chat. No problem, Missy. Appreciate the $2 earlier. Best way to give us a call right here. Our cares team will ask you a couple questions and see if we can get a better idea how we can help you. And then if there is definitely a way we can help you, even if just sharing information, then they'll schedule you for a free 15 minutes. And speaking of that, I'm going to share the secret code. If you don't have time to wait, Missy, no problem. You can go watch another video later. And usually secret, it's towards the end of the video. All right, let's see here. Gabby, you're in San Antonio. Ooh, I hear it's a hot real estate market over there. Hopefully it's working out for you. Let's see. Okay, looks like you do have you did post a question here. Let's see if I can answer it. You went through the border with the I-94. Okay, your case was transferred to immigration court, or you applied for asylum. Okay, and then you have another. Okay, you're married to a U.S. citizen. Can you adjust marriage while your case is pending in court or not? That's a wonder. All questions are wonderful. I'd love to answer these type because, we could go. I could go straight to give you the conclusion, but I can't promise the conclusion, right? The outcome. The outcome we're all looking for in this kind of scenario is the residency status. But there could be another step before, like who is going to approve it? Could it be an immigration judge, which, yes, is possible, or with USCIS? We prefer that the decision is made by USCIS because if for some reason USCIS denies your case, then because I think maybe because you have a fraudulent birth certificate or how you enter the United States, which is fraudulent, using fraudulent information. Hopefully that's not the case for you, but that's what they look at. They even look at, when you're married to someone, were you or your spouse married to someone else before? And was that prior marriage legally terminated, like finalized? We help out veterans, veteran program through our American Immigration Lawyers Association. And one case I handled pro bono before is um, the military veteran. I think he was, was outside U.S. He was serving the serving the military, and of course, he didn't have time to think about his divorce. He just thought it was finalized. It was not, unfortunately. So he had to refile the case, and just unfortunately, a lot of waste of money for him and his family, because we need to look at the proper documentation. That's part of what we do on a team. So for you, Missy, sorry for the tangents. For you, Missy, so you have the I-94. That's great. That tells me, and I think this is what you're looking for, is legal entry. Because you have a legal entry, it tells us here's the next action item: requesting the Department of Homeland Security, their attorneys for your particular city. Where you at, Missy? I don't think I saw that. Where are you located, or at least where's your case located? Um, because we asked, it's still part of prior prosecutorial discretion, PD. There's a lot of news out there of like, oh, PD is gone. Sure, the priorities, enforcement priorities like border security, people have national security, which is obvious, right? And then number 3 is public safety, which includes people who have crimes. Conservatives don't want a Democratic president to prioritize. Seems a little silly. But of course, if their own Republican president was in office, of course they want to conserve resources and prioritize. Ridiculous. It's not like they're prioritizing people to get status. They're prioritizing people to get out. So it just doesn't make sense. The conservatives want the government to go after everyone. It's very unfortunate. Okay, you're in Atlanta, Georgia. I see your recent comment, Missy. It's kind of similar to Dallas, Texas, and Atlanta, Georgia. They tend to be a little bit more. The judges tend to be a little bit more conservative, but I have seen success in other cities in general. Oh, those cities and others as well across the country. Where, get this, okay, we charge it in 2 different steps. I don't know, other law firms might do it differently. Step 1, fee that we have, which I can't share fees on the internet over the cloud, but contact us and see if we can help you, okay? But it is 1, requesting to see if the Department of Homeland Security will agree to get your case dismissed, because that's ultimately necessary. So even if we bypassed the Department of Homeland Security and don't ask them to join our motion, our request, and just go straight to the judge, essentially, the judge is always going to ask the Department of Homeland Security. So it'd be a waste of your time. So that's why we prefer step 1, contact Department of Homeland Security for your local area, for you, Atlanta, to see if they agree to join it. And that way, with our team, fortunately, so far, no one said no. Really, because we filter the cases to see which one has a better chance first. Okay. And then there's something you need to know, Missy, whether you have an attorney yourself already or not, or you want to try to do it on your own, you need to have a significant amount of marriage evidence. Now, I'm not saying you got to send in like a entire package like that. The government lawyers don't have that much time, right? But it needs to be organized. That's part of what we do. I guess you can say some lawyers are organizers, some are not as organized. I know my team appreciates when we have upgrade our systems to be more tech friendly to help our clients. Okay, so yes, I know there were news out there about PD is no longer exist. Their Department of Homeland Security is giving more preference to people who have what we call relief. Okay, so for example, Missy, if you were not married to a U.S. citizen and didn't have any kind of relationship that could file an I-130 petition, then correct. The Department of Homeland Security is not going to really review those type of cases right now. So for you, Missy, this is the ideal situation to request Department of Homeland Security to dismiss your case, to agree to dismiss your case. And then step 2 is that our office would send that motion, that formal request, to the court in Atlanta, for example, and ask the judge to sign them. Again, with the same amount of evidence, okay? If attorneys out there just sending it, the motion itself, the judge is going to be like, what the heck's going on? Like, we need some more information. Okay, so I know I can talk about each scenario in depth. Gabby, what's going on? You're in Texas. What city in Texas? And because what are we? The second largest state? It's been a long time since high school geography. I definitely know Alaska is number one. Apparently, some people on TikTok think I don't know geography, and that means I'm not a good lawyer. I don't know. By the way, check out my TikTok. This is the channel right here at Green Card Guys underscore John. No, I'm not always silly. Okay, the main thing either way, I'm trying to share valuable information, to share some tips, save you some dollars, if anything, save you some stress. Okay, back to Gabby. You're in Texas. Okay, does prima facie help at all? So what I think you're meaning is that you have maybe a U visa case, because that's typically, or VAWA. That's typically when USCIS use those that phrase. So it does help in the sense for U visa, for you to have file the 765 form for the work permit application. So I think that's what you're asking. Thanks, Victor. Thanks for sending some good vibes. Appreciate it. Nikita Patel. I am in Houston, Texas, formerly from Dallas, Texas. Then I had a couple babies, so I needed some extra help, So if you have any babies, drop in the comments how many babies you have. More power to you. I don't know how. By the way, more power to single parents out there, sending all the good vibes, because it is difficult even with two parents. Nikita, yes, we do handle 212C. Give us a call if you need some pointers. Right up here, 720-740-4247. And yes, I am going to share the secret code a little bit towards the end. We're at the 17-minute mark. I usually try to stay on 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, Missy. Atlanta, Georgia. Yep. Okay. Flaxme 2. How many days will it take to receive physical green card after I-45 approval notices? Congratulations. Well, I'm assuming you've already been approved. If so, congratulations on that. That is probably a long time coming for you, for most people. Approval, usually I would say in our case scenarios, our clients, about up to 2 weeks. Because usually the receipt notice, the approval notice itself is what or the electronic notification is what we're all waiting on, right? The more concern. But usually in this scenario, it's different than like if someone's consular processing, because consular processing, you have to pay the extra fee, about 220 immigrant fee. It's just another way the government can, what's it called? Charge you more money. So that started several years ago. But for this situation, you're 485. You don't have to pay any extra fees. They're supposed to send it not supposed to, but usually send it about 2 weeks after, okay, for the physical card. Congratulations again, Flaxme. Gabby, can someone with prima facie in Texas obtain driver license, or do you have to wait for the work permit? So typically, at least I know related to people who have adjustment of status cases, and I could be wrong, but receipt notice for the 765 related to category C9, which is adjustment of status cases. For example, DMV, Department of Motor Vehicle, or DPS, I don't remember how they call it in Texas, Department of Public Safety, they do provide the work permit, the driver license. But for prima facie, I don't think it's so much a prima facie part, because prima facie means that you can apply for the 765. So I'll ask my team, my legal team, make sure we can take a look at that. So Gabby, you might want to give us a call. And or by the way, friends, if you don't have time to call us right now, but you have time later on at night, maybe go to our website. I think the link is down below, greencardguys.com. And I'll share with you what it looks like. We changed it a bit, but it's very similar to this. Okay, go to our website, greencardguys.com. Go to the Contact Us page on the top right. It has a form here. It does have the appointment box down below, but that's for the paid appointments. If you want the free appointment, 15 minutes, fill out that form, and it's going to redirect you to the free appointment box, and you can schedule time that you're available. Okay, so it saves some time for you, especially if you have a case or a potential case with a spouse or a partner. It's always better to have both y'all on the call. We do offer by video and by phone call. Um, we use dial pad. It just usually saves time for everyone because you don't have to download anything. So hopefully that helps. Okay, Gabby, we'll check on that for you. But last time we talked about this with another client, I think last week, we saw something about C9. So again, I'm assuming, Gabby, that yours a U visa or VAWA situation type of case. Miss C, does it mean that the immigration court can dismiss my case if you send a petition? So if you just send the petition by itself as evidence by itself without a motion, so a motion is a legal request, essentially. Think of it like that way. Like we put in we as in lawyers, we have the legal language, the Immigration Nationality Act language, okay, in the legal books of why the judge has authority. So they need that motion with your petition, with your marriage type evidence, in order to dismiss your case. Okay, so if you just send the petition by itself, they're not going. They probably the clerks, the judge's assistants, basically, are probably not going to know where to put your file or where to put your documents. Okay. Um, so we're always trying to point people in the right direction. So what you can do is Google or Bing search, however people use it. Don't want to assume Google's always number one. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on YouTube, so I guess I should say that. Go to Google search immigration court practice manual. It has all the rules. So in case you can't afford an attorney, but give us a call anyway. Contact us because we'll see if we can give you a couple pointers. Can't give you legal advice if you're not. Of course, by my state rules, I'm supposed to say that I'm not providing legal advice. I'm just here sharing general information. So that's why I say go Google search immigration court practice manual, and it has all the rules there on what to do. Okay, so take your time on that. I know it's a lot of information on that practice manual. I mean, we check every time. We always want to double confirm, triple verify that we're doing everything correctly for our clients. Olga, that's right. Awesome. Happy to help. Nikita, thank you so much. Happy to help provide information. Okay. You have prima facie, Gabby. Great. All receipts 7654, 85, 360, and I-131 is all pending. Okay, great. Yeah, our team can double check for you when you give us a call on that one. I'm glad to hear that you got it all filed at least. Okay. That's the thing. Most people, we are going to provide more content on that, by the way, on how people can get a better idea if they qualify for I-360. Violence Against Women Act is the most common, legal possibility under that form number. And so stay tuned for that. And but yeah, going back to my original topic, definitely wanted to answer all those questions. But if your case is a situation where you believe it's stuck, you might call us and we might tell you, well, actually, it's that standard processing time. Now, what the government has online at uscs.gov is not always what we call standard processing time. So if it says like 24 months for something, that's probably not accurate. Usually it'd be 12 months. So cut it down in half. But I can tell you if it says 8 months, if you cut that in half, no, it's not normal to be 4 months. So it just depends where it's located. And if you just happen to live in Texas and you say, why is my case not being filed in Texas Service Center? That's not how it works. It goes sent to a different office. And then the USCIS transfers the files to different locations. Okay. So they still, unfortunately, do it old school wise. They have the physical paper. Okay. So if they get, the government's a little slow in America, believe it or not, even though we're a superpower apparently, or, American government wants to believe that, then I guess that's why everyone wants to come here, right? American prosperity. So what was I going to say? I lost track. The government's very inefficient, my friends. Even if they were efficient, they probably wouldn't process your case that fast. But if they were efficient, and had better use of systems that the private sector uses, like my own law firm, then maybe your case will go a little faster. But you can't let them use the excuse of the pandemic. Sure, there could be, just like the private sector, there could be less people working at the consulate or U.S. embassies. I totally get that. But every time we sue the government, okay, for the specific related agencies that's covering your case, they always eventually provide us the outcome. In some cases, it's within 1 month, 30 days. That's amazing. In some other cases, it could be 2 months or 3 months. So it just depends on timing. So, for example, if you are abroad and they're telling, well, they're not telling you anything. They just, that's the thing about this. They have an email where you can inquire, you can send an inquiry by email, right? And somewhere on the page, if I can find it, a National Visa Center, they say, you have to wait a certain amount of time before you inquire again. So they want to try to prevent you from even inquiring. But even if you inquire, they typically give you the generic information not related to your case. They say, please wait. That is so frustrating, isn't it? I bet, most people that call us, they they've inquired multiple times. And a lot of people think that I paid money for this. The government should be telling me information about your case. Yeah, they should, in my belief, of course, but it's just like any kind of business, whether it's in America or somewhere else in the world. Customer service is difficult when there's 500,000 cases. We try our best. We're very intentional. I think you can kind of tell the vibe with how I share content on YouTube. Check out the website again, greencardguys.com. We're very intentional about customer service. And this is a great time to share the secret code. Here's the benefits. Okay. Where we have access to our attorneys. It's not just me. Here's a secret code on the bottom left of your screen. Green Card Guys, you could have guessed it. But one of the things we offer for clients is that you can self-schedule appointment on our website. If your client Tuesdays and Thursdays currently, up to 15 minutes. Now, depending on the plan you select with us, we have membership plans depending on the service that you request, your visa type or residency type of case. It could be up to 1 month that you can schedule every week with our team. And so you don't even have to call us to do this. Imagine 99.9% of other law firms, you call in, ring, ring, they don't answer, or it could be ring, ring, they do answer and said, attorney's busy. Okay, yeah, I know they're busy, but can I get an appointment? These are the usual situations that we get calls about. Or if you're calling a lawyer for the first time, ring, ring, straight to voicemail. What the heck's going on? No one wants to answer the phone. I'm actually surprised. People tell us that. You Google search lawyers near you and no one answers the phone, or they're just like, yeah, I'll get back to you. It's kind of crazy to me. So this is why we share this, go on live on YouTube or Facebook to share information, because I know a lot of y'all are in a difficult situation, especially when you have a current lawyer. Now, I'm not trying to step on any toes with other lawyers. Everyone, I think, is trying to do the best they can to provide better service. So, I went to a lawyer conference a couple months ago to talk about customer service and how it is actually not that difficult to provide customer service. You just need to be intentional about it. So that's why I shared that. I know on the YouTube thing it was a little quick. So welcome to go to our website. Okay, greencardguys.com. Let me see if there's any other comments I missed here. Gabby, got 3 little kiddos? Mine are little, small, much younger than yours. So more power to you. I know it's probably more difficult during pandemic with teenagers. You want to drive in school, but you have no license. Yeah, I mean, if for some reason you're driving, please be careful. Use your blinkers. Follow all the traffic laws, please, Gabby. Please be careful. Okay, Missy, we look forward to it. Your call. Prometheus, I remember you from last week, I think. Okay, make a video. So thanks for coming back. Appreciate it. Video regarding people that got stuck at MVC still waiting to be DQ'd. Okay. Yeah, great. That's a great idea. I've been meaning to do that. I guess that's what I kind of intended to do today. But yeah, I'll make a separate video about that. I'll probably need to make one for people how to get DQ'd in the first place to get documentarily qualified. Sure thing, Prometheus. Really appreciate that encouragement. That was on my list, so that'll move up to the top. Okay, Missy, can you travel out of the country with TPS? Oh, you have TPS while your asylum case is pending in court. Okay, first thing, first thing, if you already have TPS, that's great. I'm happy for you, Missy. But I don't want to assume that you already filed the 131 application for travel document. That's AKA advanced parole. Now, I know I made a video or talked about this the other day that that the USCIS wants to create a new card. Not completely know if that's official, but I know they discussed that. They've released information about it. But you need to apply for the I-131. Okay, I think it's at least $475. Okay, usually when we apply for it, it's with everything, so it's included. But take a look at that. And you mentioned asylum. You even if with an advanced parole document or card, okay, you cannot travel. You should not travel to the country that you fled from. So your country of nationality or citizenship. Okay, so please do not travel there. Okay, and on the 131 form, I think on the second and third page, it does ask about which country you're going to travel to. You have to mention that. In fact, I put a couple more in there just in case, because the travel documents usually valid for at least 1 year. Just in case you want to travel somewhere else, you want a future think. Okay. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Here's the secret code again. If you didn't see it. Okay. Let me move this comment. Okay. Yep. Secret code down there on the bottom. Green card guys, please give us a call. Welcome to give us a call if we can point you in the right direction. All right, friends. And then if you didn't know about this, we do have a Facebook group, Green Card Guys Academy. Welcome to join it. We're doing our best to share more tips on there that normally would not be through YouTube. So we've created a group out there, a community, to share more tips and information like the visa statistics across the country. I'm sorry, not across the country, across the world, because it kind of gives you an idea of the trend. But because especially sometimes the consulates or embassies close due to COVID or something, whatever excuse they want to give. All righty. Well, thanks, friends. Appreciate it. Stay tuned to we try to put out content every Tuesday or Wednesday and then go live on Friday. All righty. Appreciate it and have